Hi, folks. My name is Camilo, and my friends call me Cam. I wanted to share, some of my experiences with Parkinson's, and I hope that this video helps, some of you guys, and that it motivates some people, to do the best that they can, to improve their situation. I was first diagnosed with Parkinson's back in May of 2017. I was only 52 years old. I have been with the illness for almost 3 years, and I'm 55 right now. And I was lucky enough to come across, the Michael J. Fox Foundation, which they have several studies in reference to the research of Parkinson's disease. They refer me to one of the studies, in my area. It's in Boca Raton, which is a location that is about less than 20 miles north of where I live in the Fort Lauderdale or Broward area. This is in Florida, South Florida to be exact. We are about 25 miles north of Miami. Uh, my first symptoms of Parkinson's, they manifested by my handwriting. That's something that I didn't even notice. People started telling me, that I started making jokes, in my office. They started making jokes about, oh, Cam, looks like he's a doctor now because he handwrites like a doctor. That's a funny way of saying the doctors they have kind of a messed up way of writing, but that's what they do basically, what they were saying. And I didn't pay much attention to that first. And but the second thing that I noticed is that I stuttered, and that's something that I did notice. And I would say like within a year I was in my back in my hometown, and I noticed that my movement was not normal, that I started moving kind of slow. And my family didn't say nothing to me. They said to me, something after I first told them, that that diagnosis was PD, and they said, we suspected that. Uh, so it's very important, that people around you, they make you aware of the symptoms, so you can take steps, towards, trying to work on improvements, as soon as you detect, that there's a problem, as soon as you know that you have the illness. I say that I have been very fortunate that I came across, to these studies, because uh, I was shaking really bad. My tremors in this hand, my right hand, were awful. They were like, if I got excited, and the doctors, because I have seen one in Colombia, and I have seen at least three here in the U.S. Um, they have told me that either a good or bad excitement, they pretty much they do the same thing to you. They create, this anxiety, and it's very difficult to control, the nerves, when it comes to that type of excitement. Uh, anyway, I'm gonna share, that I started taking some medications, that kind of seemed to work at the beginning, but a few days after I started taking them, they made me feel worse, and the up and downs, were like significant. I had a lot of off times, with the medication. So my first visit, in Colombia to a doctor, she told me that she would say that it was time to start taking levodopa, which is, one of the oldest medications that they prescribe for Parkinson's. And I'm currently under carbidopa levodopa, the combination. And well, that was not enough, because my excitement, my anxiety was high, and they prescribed escitalopram, which is I don't remember, the name of the active ingredient, but uh, don't follow, nothing of what I'm saying, because Parkinson's is an illness that I understand, and is very evident, that everybody is affected in a different way, in the sense that, nobody responds, in the same way to treatment either. So I take carbidopa levodopa, escitalopram, and then now they prescribe the specialty drug that is called Gocobri. Gocobri, comes from a specialty pharmacy. I have to wait for it by mail. It's not even dispensed, in my local drugstore, like the other stuff. Uh, anyway, there's no cure for Parkinson's. Uh, the medication sometimes, make me nauseous. I have to deal with that, and I have to adjust, with the new way of things, the way they are right now. This is like somebody in my family told me, this is, take it as your new normal. This is my new normal now. But the improvement, I would say, that has been like so much, with this new medication, especially the last specialty medication that they prescribed to me, that my tremor is, I would say, that is more than 80%, improved. And even this movement, that I used to do with my fingers, that as a test, that the neurologist, did in her consultation, it was not possible for me to do, at least not at this speed. It was impossible for me to perform. Anyway, I see a lot of people, that have like testimonials that are like heartbreaking, in the sense, that they say that even family and the husband, the wife, if it is a male or a female, in each case, they have been abandoned, by them, they have broken away from them because of the illness. That's like the worst that I think that could happen to a person, and I feel bad about that. But my family has been the all opposite, all the opposite, completely the opposite way. My family and friends, they have shown a lot of support, and I have tried many things. I have tried CBD, I have tried coconut oil, extra virgin coconut oil, black seed oil, exercise. Exercise is very important. You need to exercise. I take magnesium as a supplement for my stiffness, and one thing that helped me a lot too, which I recommend to anyone that has Parkinson's, is go to a NUCCA chiropractor. NUCCA, Nucca. NUCCA means neck. The NUCCA chiropractor, what they do is they adjust your neck in a way, that the nerves, that go to the brain, they have a better flow, and your general, movement, starts improving, with that, and is proven in many cases, that it helps a lot, with the Parkinson's condition. Uh, don't feel that this is something that happened to you only. There's millions of people affected by this illness. Uh, People who are really supportive of you, they will stay, with you, and try to join a group, support group, and try to stay positive. Try to never stop learning, about the illness. Try to research every day. Don't rest one day. Try to know as much as you can about the illness. Try to educate yourself. Try to improve, your diet. Try to improve your exercise, your habits, your and most of all, try to join, like I did, a research group for treatment that will pinpoint, exactly what the problems, that you have are, that they address those problems, and they attack them. And I'm sure, that at least you're gonna have a little bit of improvement, or a lot of improvement, like myself. in your quality of life. Uh, God bless you all, and I hope that you have found something of value in this video. Take care.